me your opinion about the postings here.
Super. ఇంజెక్షన్ ఇచ్చినా చదవలేదు.
రాత్రి అనబట్టి ఉండేది.
వచ్చినాక 3 days మరి ఇందులో అడ్మిట్ అయినా కూడా 3 days.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I just cannot thank you enough for all the love which I've been getting for the previous video which I've posted about my pediatrics vlog. So this video is going to be a continuation of that same vlog. In the past video I have shown that how we have been commuting to our hospital and what were the things which we basically do in our hospital. But this time I have got some footages of what we actually do there. As you would have already seen in the previews, I would be showing you how we have been taking the history and what is all the complaints which the patient have come with, and also there are some interesting aspects like I'll be taking you to the NICU, I'll be taking you to emergency ward, and I'll also be taking you to a cafeteria. So it's going to be a very immersive ride and a much interesting one. Well, I really wanted to thank everyone who have been sending me messages and keep on motivating me to take more vlogs, and I sincerely am trying my level best to increase the quality of my video. So let's get started then. So we have been heading towards the hospital, and I have tried to read some of the chapters from the clinical subjects of pediatrics from Meherban Singh, so that I can at least understand some of the topics which our professors are explaining, or probably which we are taking as a history from the concerned patient. And I know it's kind of been really interesting this day, and I'm full of energy today. Well, so this is the Nilofer Hospital, as I have said, and she is Princess Nilofer. In the previous video, I have not showed this part because I could not get the footage of here. We basically are taking the history over here, and I want you all, and I'll try to translate a bit of what she's been saying in Telugu. Like, she's giving all the history in Telugu. We try to ask her the questions about what is a basic illness because of which they have been admitted to hospital. So the patient name or the details are something which I probably should not be sharing in here. But the basic complaint was just a fever for about 15 days past a month, because of which they have gone to the local doctor, I mean a local clinic, and they were referred that it was a pneumonia case and they had to be referred to the Nilofer hospital. And after coming in here, they were diagnosed with anemia, and the baby is currently, like, she's a lot sedentary lifestyle, like she doesn't even play more and all that. So that were the basic findings. I did not try to explain everything what is written in the history because that will be boring you to the core. So I just skipped all the bulk of the history taking. Basically, we will be covering like why were they appointed to the hospital, and many other ruling out questions like was there a rash, was there an increased fever, and how was the type of fever, how was the onset of the fever, and what was its duration, frequency, temperatures, was it variable or not, was it remittent, intermittent, or continuous fevers, or if at all it is associated with any rash, so that it is, we can conclude whether it's a viral disease or bacterial disease, was there any phlegm in the cough, on his sputum, how was the sputum, and if at all she's not coughing, or if at all she has a vomiting, then what type of vomiting it is, what is the onset, frequency, and how is it variating, and like how is the vomitus, and is it a bile vomitus, or it's like more of any blood in the vomitus, or any other food particles in the vomitus also. So it's kind of really grueling one, but I can clearly make out the fact that taking history is an art, and we need to be the artist so as to be exploiting maximum information about a certain
నార్మల్ అయినాడు. ఒక 2 days నార్మల్ ఉన్నాడు. మళ్ళీ 4 days ఇందులోకి మార్చినాక 4 days ఫీవర్ అట్లాగానే జలుబు ఆయాసం జ్వరం వచ్చింది.
జలుబు ఎన్ని రోజులు ఉంది?
3 వచ్చింది. అది ఈ రోజుకి 11 days.
Then we move to the next case, which is the first case which we took in the first day of the posting in the pediatrics department, and that was this. See, the baby is details of course not deciphered. The baby basically is having nephrotic syndrome. So when he was admitted into the hospital, he was grossly edematic and he had a centralized edema both in his extremities, around his face, in the periorbital areas and everything. So you cannot imagine how fluffy he was, and it was almost impossible to recognize him properly. He was having a normal lifestyle, like he was able to run, he was able to do the normal activities, but he was bloating basically. That is all I can say. So throughout the course of 2 weeks which we have been posted in this Nilofer hospital, we have seen his prognosis, and I myself felt the the relation which is being built between a patient and a doctor, as well as the ones who has been observing their prognosis. I was following up with this child who of course was getting treated a lot. Like there was an immense change in his body weight, all the puffiness from his face was almost gone, and I was completely amazed at the transformation of that kid. I really genuinely feel so happy, and that special kind of bond I have made in these 2 weeks of my pediatrics posting with that small kid was just pure. Okay, it's just immaculate. I just cannot explain how well I felt when I just had to see the whole prognosis or the whole development of that child. And the most interesting part was he too was feeling much connected towards us. Each day we would go to that kid, to his mother, and speak about what was the development. We would try to understand that what were the changes which were happening in that 1 day of span. So they kind of got used to us, and then we got used to them, and this literally made me feel that okay, all my studies, all my night outs, all the burning the midnight oil was worth it. Well, with that being said, we have been moving on to the NICU. The NICU basically is a neonatal intensive care unit, and also there will be going to the emergency department. So this is how the block is. It is another building, another block, and it is a really friendly block, I can say. It's with children friendly or infant friendly. The ambience is kind of really soothing. Something which caught my attention in here was Hail Breastfeeding, which was having a poster of Rajmata Shivgami Devi. You all know her very well from Bahubali movie, and I just loved how the hospital management tried to emphasize more on breastfeeding to people just by using such means of communication such as movies or a poster which people feel more connected to. So I've been roaming on in here and just taking you all directly to the emergency department. So
అలా అసలు ఇందులో నాకేం అర్థమే కాదు.
I myself was a lot interested into looking at that. I was just could not hold my excitement at all. So this is how an emergency department looks like, and there were about 30 patients in that. Like these were the ones who required highest amount of care, but they are not in a very tough zone, so that they need to be joined in ICU. They are pretty fair, and that case is okay, so we need not go for an ICU, but still they need to be going for special care. And this is where for the first time I had my stethoscope on an abnormal child, like as if a child with a pathology. So I was listening to the heart sounds of a child who basically had portal hypertension and pneumonia. So pneumonia is the infection of lungs, and portal hypertension is where there is centralized increase in blood pressure, or simply saying high BP. Okay, so whenever you try to place your diaphragm of the stethoscope on the tricuspid area, so when you listen to these sounds, they almost imitate the sounds of a froth. That is a sound of chest when exactly in a conditions like pneumonia or so. They are called the rhoncus. And I just thoroughly loved every bit of it. So I was basically flicking my hand around so as to distract the baby, because he was kind of holding the stethoscope and not leaving it at all. So I was basically distracting him. And then we moved to the NICU. I did not take any videos in here because I felt very uncomfortable doing that. But I've taken a couple of snaps from my friends. Some of them are from my friends, some of them I've taken myself. These are the images of some of the children who were in intensive care unit, and it require utmost importance. Then we came back to the ward and we had to encounter a case where we were supposed to explain a patient about dipstick test. Okay, so even this patient's son had a nephrotic syndrome case, and we had to explain them how to use a dipstick at their home, them all by themselves. I was accompanied by two of my friends who tried their level best in making her understand, and that was a heartful experience. I need to confess that.
नीचे तो आप मत देखो, नीचे आपका नहीं है, वो अदर टेस्ट है। ये रंग नहीं होना, ये येलो है ना, येलो से ये नहीं होना, कुछ भी नहीं होना, येलो येलो ही रहना। समझ आया ना?
अच्छा, समझ गई। येलो के बाद वाला भी ये कुछ भी
ये तो थोड़ा साफ नहीं है।
अच्छा
से ये थोड़ा एक
ये नॉर्मल बिल्कुल।
हाँ, ये नॉर्मल, यहाँ से लाइक ये बहुत डेंजर है।
अच्छा
ये समझ आया ना? समझ करो कितना माట్లాడదాం पर मेन ब्लॉक।
हाँ, God knows. So tell me your opinion about the postings, yeah.
Super. This is our first clinical posting. So they were really exciting. And yeah, we learned a lot. We saw a lot of patients. It's exciting more than anything because this is our first one. It was good. Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Thank you. Bye bye. Huge day and a lot of chaos. We eventually ended up in a cafe. Okay, so we wanted to de-stress ourselves. So we moved on to a local cafe. It was kind of really good. I need to say that. I thought of even adding that part into the vlog because it gave me a little boost. Like we had pastries. Okay, all these pastries were ordered by a lot of our friends when we shared it all together. So I just have taken a pineapple pastry. I usually love the cold vibe and the small sour thing which a pineapple pastry has. So I hope you'll all love this video. I am having a bunch of vlogs already in my bag, so I will be posting them very soon. Please keep on the track on this channel, and till the next video, take care, stay safe, bye bye.